Tonight, a Target 12 Investigators exclusive running on empty. Taxpayers dished out tens of millions of dollars to build a train station in South County. It was based on the promise that trains would be packed with commuters, but our investigation tells a different story. Ridership is not even close to where the projections said it would be.
And raising the question, was this project a colossal waste of money? Target 12 investigator Tim White joins us now with what he's uncovered.
The good news about the South County Commuter Rail is you rarely, if ever, have trouble finding a seat, but that's because ticket sales are nowhere near being on track to expectations.
It's Tuesday at 7:42 in the morning, rush hour, or as the MBTA calls it, peak period for train travel. Target 12 hops the commuter rail at Wickford Junction in North Kingstown. We're taking the train toward Providence and Boston. Waiting with us on the platform, less than 24 people. In our car, 8 people, 8 making the commute inbound, row after row of empty seats. 15 minutes later, at the next stop at TF Green, 2 people join the car. It isn't until the train arrives in Providence, 33 minutes after we left Wickford Junction, that the train sees an influx of commuters. According to data obtained by Target 12, this commute was no fluke. We got the latest figures from the state. They show in 2014, an average of 391 people came and went from Wickford Junction on a weekday. But consider this, a 2005 operations plan used to build support for the project estimated ridership would hit 3,386 people a day by 2020. That means in just over 5 years, Wickford Junction would have to see a stunning 776% increase in ridership to live up to the projections. That plan helped snare massive funding. The train station and extending the rail cost taxpayers $45 million.
We're way below the trend line that would get us to that point, so we really have to accelerate our efforts. The central core.
U.S. Senator Jack Reed was one of the biggest champions, securing nearly $33 million in federal funds.
Was it a waste of money?
No, first of all, the project came in ahead of schedule and below budget, so it was extremely well engineered, designed. It also allowed us to take some of that additional resource and make improvements in Providence.
We interviewed Reed via satellite from Washington, D.C. He admits the 2020 projections will likely not be met, adding the national recession had a dramatic effect on growth. But there are signs of hope. The Department of Transportation tells Target 12 they have seen a 16% increase in ridership between 2013 and 2014.
This is not a short-term bet. This is a long-term investment which we can use, one, to hopefully attract individuals and companies into Rhode Island.
Senator Reed says one way he thinks ridership could go up is by doubling down, actually increasing the number of trains from Wickford Junction and possibly beyond.
It seems perhaps counterintuitive, but we've had other experiences. Metro North, which is the line that services New York City, found themselves in a sort of wanting to grow their ridership, and by putting more trains on more frequently at off hours, not just at rush hour, they were able to grow their ridership.
Research is ongoing now, looking at the possibility of expanding the rail line south to Kingston and examining a potential stop in Pawtucket.
One thing that's hard to deny is this is a pretty good deal for commuters. Ample covered parking at Wickford Junction and affordable round-trip fares to Providence and Boston. Only time will tell if that will entice more drivers to ditch their cars and ride the rails. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
This Target 12 investigation running on empty doesn't end here. Tomorrow on Eyewitness News this morning, we'll show you how taxpayers could be on the hook for millions of dollars to cover the financial losses of the South County commuter rail.
And right now on our website, you can see the dismal ridership numbers for yourself and find more reaction to our findings from Senator Jack Reed. It's all on WPRI.com.